Celestine is the founder of Personal Excellence, where she shares her best advice on how to boost productivity and achieve excellence in life. Are you usually punctual or late? Do you finish things within the time you stipulate? Do you hand in your reports, work on time? Are you able to accomplish what you want to do before deadlines? Are you a good time manager? If your answer is no to any of the questions above, that means you're not managing your time as well as you want. Here are 20 time management tips to help you manage time better. 1. Create a daily plan. Plan your day before it unfolds. Do it in the morning, or even better, the night before you sleep. The plan gives you a good overview of how the day will pan out. That way, you don't get caught off guard. Your job for the day is to stick to the plan as best as possible. 2. Peg a time limit to each task. Be clear that you need to finish the X task by 10 a.m., Y task by 3 p.m., and Z item by 5:30 p.m. This prevents your work from dragging on and eating into time reserved for other activities. 3. Use a calendar. Having a calendar is the most fundamental step in managing your daily activities. If you use Outlook or Lotus Notes, the calendar comes as part of your mailing software. I use it. It's even better if you can sync your calendar to your mobile phone and other hardware you use. That way, you can access your schedule no matter where you are. Here are the 10 best calendar apps to stay on track. Find out more tips about how to use a calendar for better time management here. How to use a calendar to create time and space for. Use an organizer. An organizer helps you to be on top of everything in your life. It's your central tool to organize information, to-do lists, projects, and other miscellaneous items. These top 15 time management apps and tools can help you organize better. Pick one that fits your needs. 5. Know your deadlines. When do you need to finish your tasks? Mark the deadlines out clearly in your calendar and organizer so you know when you need to finish them. But make sure you don't make these 10 common mistakes when setting deadlines. 6. Learn to say no. Don't take on more than you can handle. For the distractions that come in when you're doing other things, give a firm no. Or defer it to a later period. Leo Babauta, the founder of Zen Habits, has some great insights on how to say no. The gentle art of saying number 7. Target to be early. When you target to be on time, you'll either be on time or late. Most of the times you'll be late. However, if you target to be early, you'll most likely be on time. For appointments, strive to be early. For your deadlines, submit them earlier than required. Learn from these tips about how to prepare yourself to be early, instead of just in time. 8. Time box your activities. This means restricting your work to X amount of time. Why time boxing is good for you? Here are 10 reasons why you should start time boxing. 9. Have a clock visibly placed before you. Sometimes we are so engrossed in the work that we lose track of time. Having a huge clock in front of you will keep you aware of the time at the moment. 10. Set reminders 15 minutes before. Most calendars have a reminder function. If you have an important meeting to attend, set that alarm 15 minutes before. 11. Focus. Are you multitasking so much that you're just not getting anything done? If so, focus on just one key task at one time. Multitasking is bad for you. Close off all the applications you aren't using. Close off the tabs in your browser that are taking away your attention. Focus solely on what you're doing. You'll be more efficient that way. Lifehack's CEO has written a definitive guide on how to focus. Learn the tips, how to focus and maximize your productivity. The definitive guide. 12. Block out distractions. What's distracting you in your work? Instant messages? Phone ringing? Text messages popping in? I hardly ever use chat nowadays. The only time when I log on is when I'm not intending to do any work. Otherwise, it gets very distracting. When I'm doing important work, I also switch off my phone. Calls during this time are recorded and I contact them afterward if it's something important. This helps me concentrate better. Find more tips on how to minimize distractions to achieve more in How to Minimize Distraction to Get Things Done. 13. Track your time spent. When you start to track your time, you're more aware of how you spend your time. For example, you can set a simple countdown timer to make sure that you finish a task within a period of time, say 30 minutes or 1 hour. The time pressure can push you to stay focused and work more efficiently. You can find more time tracking apps here and pick one that works for you. 14. Don't fuss about unimportant details. You'll never get everything done in exactly the way you want. Trying to do so is being ineffective. Trying to be perfect do you more harm than good. Learn here about how perfectionism kills your productivity and how to ditch the perfectionism mindset. 15. Prioritize. Since you can't do everything, learn to prioritize the important and let go of the rest. Apply the 80-20 principle, which is a key principle in prioritization. You can also take up this technique to prioritize everything on your plate. How to prioritize right in 10 minutes and work 10x faster. 16. Delegate. If there are things that can be better done by others or things that are not so important, consider delegating. This takes a load off and you can focus on the important tasks. When you delegate some of your work, you free up your time and achieve more. Learn about how to effectively delegate works in this guide, How to Delegate Work, the definitive guide for successful leaders. 17. Batch similar tasks together. For related work, batch them together. For example, my work can be categorized into these core groups: 1. Writing, articles, my upcoming book; 2. Coaching; 3. Workshop development; 4. Business development; 5. Administrative. I batch all the related tasks together so there's synergy. If I need to make calls, I allocate a time slot to make all my calls. It really streamlines the process. 18. Eliminate your time wasters. What takes your time away from your work? Facebook? Twitter? Email checking? Stop checking them so often. One thing you can do is make it hard to check them. Remove them from your browser. Quick links, bookmarks, and stuff them in a hard-to-access bookmarks folder. Replace your browser bookmarks with important work-related sites. While you'll still checking FB, Twitter, no doubt, you'll find it's a lower frequency than before. 19. Cut off when you need to. The number one reason why things overrun is that you don't cut off when you have to. Don't be afraid to intercept in meetings or draw a line to cut off. Otherwise, there's never going to be an end and you'll just eat into the time for later. 20. Leave buffer time in between. Don't pack everything closely together. Leave a 5 to 10 minute buffer time in between each task. This helps you wrap up the previous task and start off on the next one.